Hello, everyone. This is LaShare, the Chunk Show helper. And during today's Lunch and Learn, we're going to be discussing business credit. I have a lot of questions every time I do a boot camp. And normally during the Bosspreneur boot camp, we go over a lot of information. But I did want to delve into this topic of business credit a little bit more. Unfortunately, my Lunch and Learns are brief. I don't like to, be online all day. So if you are interested in learning more about the small business credit, either contact me for private business coaching or attend one of my upcoming Bosspreneur Bootcamp seminars. Okay, so let's get started. What are some of the business credit bureaus? So of course, Dun & Bradstreet is probably the most popular business credit bureau. But you also have Equifax Small Business, you have Experian Business Credit Bureau, as well as a few other. I'm not sure if you're aware or not, but PayPal has a service where you can actually apply for a small business loan. If you use PayPal, they'll look at how much you spend monthly, they look at your account, and they base how much you're able to get on that information, and of course with a few other factors as well. Once you start your business credit, let me go back first of all. Whenever you start your business, you're going to need to have your legal entity. So let's say you're a sole proprietor. I do always push incorporation. Everybody knows that who has been to any of my seminars. I always push getting incorporated because it limits your liability. They're not going to attack your personal credit. That's one of the other reasons why you have business credit. So you can separate your personal from your business. Now, if you are a sole proprietor, you're saying, LaShare, I'm a sole proprietor. How can I get incorporated if I'm not, a partnership or a major corporation? There's something called a single member LLC, which is a limited liability company. You have one person who owns the company. And the good thing is with a single member LLC, you don't have to file a separate business tax return. Not going to go into taxes or anything like that. I think I'm going to do a podcast with a business tax preparer, hopefully to shed some light on some of the tax breaks and things like that you all can get. But there's also something I know in North Carolina, a few years back, I had applied for my LC3. A LC3 is basically when you are a nonprofit that can operate as a nonprofit as well. I used to own a company, still do actually, definitely still in education, always will be. But I was doing some things for profit, I was doing a lot of things nonprofit, so I wanted to merge the two. And in North Carolina, we were able to do that. Now they did stop doing that in the state of North Carolina, they still allow it in other states. So if you want to become an LC3, just, Google and see if your state is one of the states that participate in it. If you are, there are some guidelines, some tax things you need to be concerned with that the government will hold you accountable to, but for the most part, it's a pretty good break if you're a for-profit that does a lot of nonprofit work. Otherwise, you can, of course, use a fiscal sponsorship. Fiscal sponsorship just says that you're a for-profit, but you partner with a nonprofit who does similar work or who needs your work and services that you do provide. All right, y'all, so let's just go on to the Paycheck and talk about that for a minute. So your Paycheck Score is a Dun & Bradstreet number. It's almost like your FICO score for your personal credit. So it goes from 0 to 100. 0 to 49-ish, anything below 50 is high risk. Then you have 50 to, I believe, about 75. Between like 75, 79, you're medium risk. And then if you're anything above 80, you're low risk. It just lets creditors know from a commercial standpoint, whether or not you're credit worthy as far as your business. So Dun & Bradstreet comes up with the number and you're able to get credit based on that. Now here's the good thing. Some creditors can report for you to help you get your score up. You can fix it like a boxing match. How do you do that? LaShare, how do I get my information? First of all, you have to have a Dun & Bradstreet number. So you're going to go to dnb.com, and it's not the word and, it's the letter N. So it's dnb.com. You're going to go there. You're going to apply for a free Dun & Bradstreet number. What you're going to do after that is you're going to try to get business credit. So you can get a business phone. You can get a business credit card. You can get, a plethora of different business things to help you build your credit. Once you do, you're going to open up a trade account with your business suppliers or your vendors, whoever you're doing business with. Contact the billing department for your vendors and say, hey, I need a form to fill out or an application for you to be able to report how I'm paying you, and you're in good standing, of course, with Dun & Bradstreet. Do you want to ask people who you're having trouble paying? Let's say, you had a bad month, you're going out of business, or you went out of business. No. You want to ask people that you know that you're paying on time, promptly. Fill out those forms, have them submit those so that they can report. And ask them if they even report to the business credit bureaus. They may or may not. So before you get credit, ask so that you'll know whether or not, it's going to be worth your time. So once you start getting business credit, cards, phones, the PayPal loan, which is going to be a short-term loan for you. You don't want to get a long-term loan. You can have those forms submitted. It's going to create something called a trade line. Trade line is basically what your vendors report and how you're paying them. Sometimes, like if you pay $30.60 net and you're late, it's not going to show up the same way it does late on your personal credit. Okay, so I just want to make sure that we're all clear on that. So let's move on to the next one. Let's talk about business insurance. And wait a minute, let me just back up real quick. Let me go back to the business credit card piece of it, because I know someone is going to say, Cheryl, why do you want me to go get credit cards? It's just going to create debt. And I don't want to go in debt and we can't pay, and I don't want high interest on. Okay. You want to get business credit cards because you're not going to be able to get a small business loan straight out in your startup. You're not. So how you build your business credit is you go and you use your card a little bit. Like, don't use it to the limit. Let's say you got a $500 limit for your card. You go to Office Max or, somewhere else. You're buying things with your credit card. You're paying your person who handles your website with your credit card. You want to pay it every month like you would, anyway, like you were paying them cash. And you do not want to use your entire spending limit. That's going to hurt you. So you spend a little bit, you pay it off every month. Spend a little bit, you pay it off every month. It's going to create some spending for you. So when the bank goes to look to see, how much activity is on there to determine if you're creditworthy, they'll be able to see some traction, see that you are able to pay your bills every month. Okay, now let's jump into business insurance. Get this straight from the Small Business Administration that even if you have an LLC or corporation, that's only going to protect your personal property from lawsuits. And even that is going to be limited. Business insurance can pretty much fill in the gaps that you're missing for coverage to make sure that both your personal assets and your business assets are fully protected from unexpected catastrophes. What are you saying? This is what I'm saying. If you have business insurance, it's going to cover you where your other liability or your corporation doesn't cover you. Let's talk about a couple of common types of business insurance, and then I'm going to let you go. The first one is general liability insurance, and who should have that? Every business. Each and every business should have general business insurance. What does it cover? It protects against financial loss, bodily injury, property damage, medical expenses, libel, slander, lawsuits, settlements, judgments. You think about it, it can cover it. And who are some of the best companies for insurance? Well, business insurance is almost like cell phone service. If a company sells cell phone service like AT&T, Sprint, they normally have a business phone service. AT&T business phone, Sprint business phone. If you look at Progressive, they probably have business insurance. Pretty much, if they sell insurance on the personal side, they sell insurance on the business side. There is like Hiscox Insurance. I've used them before. They are good, and they just specialize in business insurance. They don't do the personal side of it. But let's get back to some of the different types of insurance. You have product liability insurance. Okay, so that's insurance for businesses that manufacture, wholesale, distribute, and retail a product. So let's say someone is coming for you. You're like, I'm covered because I'm a corporation that's only going to cover you to so much again. So this is going to cover you and protect you against financial loss as a result. Like, let's say you have a defective product or it causes injury or bodily harm to someone. That's what it's going to do for you. You have professional liability insurance that covers against malpractice, errors, and negligence. That's pretty much for businesses that provide services to consumers. You have commercial property insurance, businesses that work with a lot of property and physical assets, coverage against fire, smoke, wind, hail, storms, civil disobedience, vandalism, etc. You have home-based business insurance. And this is one of the things I want these small businesses and MLMs to understand. You have got to run your business like it's a real small business. You may be an affiliate marketer or brand ambassador or whatever, because you don't own, per se, the actual company. You're not the head of the company. You're not the CEO. You're a distributor or a consultant. But you're able to sell the products. Now, if you're selling their products and you have a home-based business, you need home-based business insurance. Why? Because you run it out of your home. What does it cover? Covers and add it to your homeowner's insurance as a rider so it can offer protection for a small business, equipment, liability coverage, third-party injuries, etc. You also have a business owner's insurance policy. Most small business owners, especially home-based businesses, need to own business owner's policy. A business owner policy is an insurance package that combines all the typical coverage into one bundle, saving you a bunch of money. Okay, so what you want to do when you call the insurance company, you want to say, hey, Cox, listen, this is A&B Company. I need to get some insurance. What do you offer? Of course, I know you're going to do your research. You're going to call a couple of companies. So you're going to find a reputable and licensed agent that you feel comfortable with, that knows you, your brand, what you're selling, who has worked with other people. If you're a home-based business that has worked with other home-based businesses before. And then you're going to reassess every year. One of the things I like about business credit as well is that you've got to stay on it. Why do I say I like it? Because every year you want to pull it just like you do your personal credit, but it forces you to, because you have more errors on your business credit than you would per se on your personal credit. You have people in the company just reporting. So you need to check and double check to make sure that the stuff that's being reported on your credit report is up to date and accurate. All right, y'all. I hope that helps someone and blesses someone. And that was just a short intro to business credit, Dun & Bradstreet, the Paycheck Score, what it is, why you need it, how to use it, getting business credit, and business insurance. Like I said, y'all, I go over all these topics in detail at my Bosspreneur boot camps. That was one of the reasons that prompted me to go over this topic today and on my podcast. So if you're interested in more information and you're like, I need just a little bit more, hey, call me. A small business coach. I can help you walk you through it. Call an attorney if you're looking for the legalities of it. Call your accountant if you're looking to set up a business entity. If you're looking for just some information to be held accountable, a workbook to help you stay, organized, a place to have all your ideas, thoughts, and information, I do have a small business credit workbook. Again, I do have a workbook. It's on my website, thetrunkshowhelper.com. You can order those. You can DM me. I can also send you the link. All right, y'all. Take care and God bless. And be looking out for my next date. It's coming up soon for the next Bosspreneur Bootcamp. All right, take care and God bless. Talk to you later.